Hello, and welcome to a brand new series on the channel. I'm taking a break from trucking. It was starting to, quite honestly, starting to feel more like I'd gone back to actually driving for a living, and kind of started to get a bit bored. My steering wheel went up the spout, so I just thought, right, let's put that on hold for a bit. And to be honest, I will be going back into ETS and ATS, but when I do, it will probably be a completely new series with new ideas. I'm trying to branch out a little bit and make things a bit more interesting. So this is Farming Simulator 22. I was going to start a series on 25, but I've been umming and ahhing a couple of weeks now, a few weeks, and what I decided to do, because I love this map, I love Griffin, Indiana. We'll just pull the map up. I really do. I always did like this map. And it's mainly because all here, separate plots and they're housing. And it's like, well, there's a great spot here for a yard. So I'm and ahhing, and I thought, right, what we'll do, we'll start in Griffin, Indiana. No money, no equipment. As you can see from this, we're living in a tent. But we're in the right place to be living in a tent. Because this is a campground. This is a campsite. So all the amenities, it just means I'm sleeping under canvas until, we've got some money behind us. As for settings, now I've got auto drive installed, I've got course play installed, the enhanced line system, which is really good. In fact, out of interest, there you go. Amount 0. I have absolutely no credit line. This, which is in FS22 as well, awesome. I have the enhanced contracts mod, because obviously the way we're going to start this, we own no land, we own nothing. We own a tent. We own a tent that costs us like $200. So we're going to be working on contracts. Now the enhanced contract system allows you to do numerous things. Change the amount of contracts, change how much they're worth, various things. What we've set this as, reward, minus 20%. Leasing costs, which we're going to have to start by doing, 50% increase. These are the highest they can be. 94% that you have to deliver the harvest before you get your bonus. 90% of the bales have got to be delivered before you get the bonus on the bales. I have set lazy farmers on because you get more contracts, or you should. Doesn't always work like that, but it usually does. If we don't, we have to be careful about contracts as well, about when we take them, because we have to get them done in the month. No ifs, buts, or maybes. It has to be done in that month. And if not, then say we're getting freeze. Say we're getting $10,000 for the contract. If we cancel it or we miss the time limit, then we get 10% penalty. So if it's 10 grand, we'll get $1,000 penalty. Field purchase discount I've put on. So we've got to do 10 jobs for a farmer to get the 50% discount, which is great. But of course, don't forget it resets. So as soon as you buy a field, that discount with that farmer goes away. you have to do another 10 jobs for them to get another 50% discount off another field. Where am I looking? Because I've been playing FS25, FS22, Capitalism Lab, Astrox Imperium. I get lost with all the damn menus. Right, here we are. So timescale will be at 3 times speed. I've turned the traffic off because, as everybody who's played FS22 knows, the AI traffic in FS22 is crap. They're dumb. They're more dumb than most drivers on the road, which is saying something. We've got economic difficulty is hard, seasonal growth on, 5 days per month. I might change that to 3 actually. I don't think we need 5. Change it to 2. I think 2 days is enough. I think that's enough. Now, because sometimes the snow visuals on 22 can be iffy, if they act up, then we'll turn this off and we'll turn it to the fixed visual month. Okay, it's just that at the moment I'm not sure if it will do it or not. So we've got all the crops and growth problems on. So we've got weeds, we've got fieldstone, we've got ploughing, we've got crop destruction. The crop destruction doesn't obviously affect contracts. Dirt gets dirty really quickly. Stop and go is off. Trailer fill limit off. Yeah, I've got engine starter mod. And fuel usage is high. Off, 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 bye, bye. Production managers and things like that, which we don't really need. Because I've got dynamic loan interest rate, so at the moment it's 3.5. Next month it could be 4. Once after that, it could go to 5. It could go down to 2. You know, it's a bit more realistic. Okay, I think that's pretty much all the settings. So what we're earmarking with this is to go from being penniless, living in a cheap tent in a campground on the outskirts of the county. We want to make $1 million. Okay, so we want to make $1 million by the end of this series. And then we want to take that $1 million, move into FS25, and in FS25 we'll be on, I'm not sure what map, it might be Calmsden Farm, it might be Frankenmuth, as long as somebody is very kind to us and does the 4X, because the normal size Frankenmuth map, which I have on FS22 and I loved it, it's a Michigan map, but it's huge fields, but there's not many of them, so you can't get a lot of variety going. The 4X, fields are still big, but there's more fields. I think the most insane map I've ever seen, and I did play it, I think if I remember rightly, I mean, we've got 4X, we've had 8Xs, we've had 16Xs, this was even bigger, this was ridiculous, I think it was a 64X. The smallest field was like 250 acres, it was just freaking insane. I mean, I use course play and what have you, I thought, well, this will be okay, and I set the maximum amount, which I think is 6 or 8, running around the fields. Now that's great, that's brilliant. Without getting in each other's way and trying to keep up, it was bonkers. It's one of those maps that you definitely need a full-on land party, 16 people. That's the only way you're ever going to do a damn thing. Also have the field calculator mod, so it gives me the size in hectares, which is weird because I've got it set to acres, but never mind. How much lime you'll need, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, manure, slurry, and digestate. Now, obviously, in the better contract mod, details on, we have it here. So let's have a look at fertilizer. Usage 1,429 litres of solid fertilizer, which will cost us £2 grand. Sorry, $2,745,000. Yeah, so because I have this as well, which is supply and transport. So if I had a field of potatoes, I could do them. If I had a cheese factory, a milk factory, I could do this. Supply 200,000 litres of cheese. Why they? Oh yes, it's America. I was thinking, why do they need so much cheese? Yes, it's America. Do you want cheese with that? But that's a good price. Sorghum, preserved food, and all this sort of stuff. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to start the contract so that we follow the equipment. Now with the Better Contracts mod, one thing I can do is clear all the contracts. Yep, don't need them. Right. So now we'll hit X. We'll do it a few times until it stops moving. There we go. So that's given us all possible contracts we can do. Now, obviously we have no money. We have no money. So fertilizing is out of the window. Sowing is out of the window. Spraying is out of the window. Supply and production is out of the window because we can't even buy and sell. You know, buy cheap, sell high. So baling, that doesn't cost us anything. Cultivating doesn't cost us anything. Harvesting. What I like to do with harvesting is have a worker doing the combine and I'll do the transport. And something like this, Mount Vernon, Illinois, is a pain because that's the train. And we have no money, so we can't hire the damn train. So that's obviously out the window. So I think I don't much like plan contract, especially when they're offering you something like that. We'll be there until, till the second coming. So we'll kill off the ploughing contracts as well. So I think what we'll go for is, they're giving me a nice cultivator, very nice cultivator. Put details off for a second. It's the 11-acre field, field 27. Another thing I like about this map, it's all nice and gritty and it's nice and easy. So the shop, if I remember, is here. So we need to go up there, up there, up there, down by the mill to get to that field. That's not a bad field for a bit of cultivating. One thing I do have as well, I've got the GPS mod installed. So, and as I've said before, I have a great enjoyment. We're going to take this contract and we're not going to be walking all the way there. Okay, we are allowed to tap. One thing I do tend to do quite a bit is I tend to mod mods. And I have a working speed mod as well. What I tend to do, and what I've done with the mod wheel that I was just saying about, now just completely forgot. But I tend to, I do, I go into the mod and I look and I see if there's any way I can make a couple of differences to it. The GPS, that's what we're talking about. Yes, so what I've done is I set it to be standard. So as you can see, on the right hand side of the screen, I've got GPS. and it's a boon for me because I play with a controller. I'm not particularly good with a controller. It's just that I've never got the steering wheel to work on any of the farm sim games. Never been able to. I don't know why I bothered indicating really. I've got no traffic. So I've never been able to use a steering wheel. I think the last game I could do it on was 17, probably. Very old steering wheel controller I had back then, and it worked okay. But once I got like your G25s, G27s, and all of them, it all went up the Swanee. So I now play this game with an Xbox controller. So yeah, we'll just get to the field. Can we? No, we can't. But why does she want it cultivating? No, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Yes, it's okay. I'm an idiot. Yes, of course she wants it cultivating. She's lined it. Real farmers give me the heads up on it, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, I'm sitting here pressing the button to set up GPS on FS22. I'm not right in the head. Well, yeah, that's the way it is. Okay, so put the lines on, enable, so do that. Lower, and away we go. I don't know how long this will take. So like I say, we've got course play, but we've got no. So yeah, another thing I've got as well, dusty lands, which as you can see, the tyres are kicking up some lime. The cultivator itself is kicking up a big cloud of dirt, dust, which you kind of expect. So we'll get this done. 3%. Joy. I'm going to try and play this. It won't be full on realistic. Oh dear, now I've got to try and remember the key for this. Oh Lord. Ah. This is what happens when you don't play a game for a while. Okay, right. I can't remember how to. There is a key to change your Yes, that's pressing B because of being used to 25. Because yeah, I mean I've had 25 since it first dropped. I pre-ordered it, and quite frankly, I absolutely love it. I've probably got now over 1,000 hours in game. I had a few false starts, but then I jumped onto Riverbend, and I've now got a save game on Riverbend that's gone over 200 hours. But obviously we've been waiting, or I've been waiting, or a lot of people have, for good maps, good mod maps to come up. And it's absolutely awesome. We now have campground. Control B, you fool. And I've been playing about on that as well. Done quite a few hours on the save game on that, where you start plenty of money and all that. So yeah, this is lovely. Yes, very nice. So I decided, because I got very bored going through FS22 because it was just, even setting it at hard, I'd played it for so long, I'd gotten the tricks, I'd worked out the tricks, and if you work out the tricks, it was basically impossible to lose. So I went hunting around for ideas of how I can approach it to enjoy the game again. And I found out about survival challenges and survival role playing. Like Daggerin, Farmer Drive, Farmer Cop, all these guys. Farm Sim guy. And I started doing them. And I got the map for FS19, it was then adapted to FS22. No Man's Land. Brilliant map. Absolutely love it. You have to think what you're actually going to do. And that's why on this is why I'm going survival. Because it's just a way more interesting way of playing. Interesting, I destroyed their crop. That shouldn't happen. Okay. How could I get challenged? That's a whoopsie moment. So we drive through it, that's perfectly fine. So let's make sure we're out of their crop before we lower the cultivator. That's more sensible. Okay, so enough jabbering along. We're going to get this contract completed. I can't even remember how much it was paying me. 5,500, but we have leased the equipment. So we'll probably get between 4,500 and 5,000. Can't even remember how much it would cost. Oh, brilliant, but I think I'm going to see now. So, yes, I'll see you when this is done. Okay, we're just about there. This has taken a while. Now, I honestly don't see the point of the whole I've got to get every little bit done. It's a contract. I'm using the van mechanic. It's given me 100%. It's given me fine. So we'll just jump out the tractor and we'll get that contract completed. Now you've probably noticed a few times in there where I kept stopping and the screen kept bringing up, oh, you know, oh my god, have a look at that. So that's taken me out from what I was thinking. That contract was $5,500. We have earned $1,500. Painful. Very painful. But what? So, I'm slightly confused, but there we go. Yeah, so you see, it's a lot more now. A lot more cost for hiring the equipment. But it is what it is. I will have to look back when I'm looking back through this video and see, because obviously I don't normally play it this way. Normally that's on zero. So, you know, the leasing costs being so much more expensive. But when you've got no money, you've got no choice. And I did say I wanted this series to be not a slog, but a struggle. Okay? It's a struggle. It's not easy. Because if it's easy, quite frankly, it's boring. So, actually, let's have a look. Let's have a giggle. So basically, it will allow you a credit line equivalent to the cash and assets you have, plus a button by the looks of it. So, this now makes taking contracts very very difficult. That's the right word, it probably isn't. So, like this one, 11,500. But really, I've got to pay 4,500 to get the equipment. So that now makes that worth about $7,000. But we will get about $3,000 of harvest bonus. So, you know, it's not too bad. So we've got to go through these now and make sure of where we are and what's going on. Now, I'm tempted to take that one, to be honest, field number 2, because it's going to be good money. That's 10 grand. It'll be about 13,000. Question is, where is field 2? There's field 2. And that, to be honest, that's not a terrible field. That really isn't. That's not a terrible field. It's actually, I mean, that one is a pain. That one's not too bad. I mean, some of them are a bit of a pain. These two can be. But in general, these fields are pretty good. These can be a pain because they're right by the top edge of the map. But okay, so that's our first contract done. We're going to accept this contract. Borrow items, of course. I nearly clicked there, that would have been silly. And we shall then complete this harvest in the next episode. Now, sure, you will have seen that it was a bit stuttery at points. Now, the reason for that is not actually my PC. It's the fact that I've got I'm not sure how many I've actually got, but well, put it this way, I use the FSG mod assistant for my mods because I like to differentiate between various maps. And this particular folder, which has got a little bit bloated, is 5 gigabytes. That's just for mods. Okay, so that's 5 gigabytes of mods. God knows how many it is. Several hundred, obviously. So yes, so in the next episode, we're going to be harvesting those oats for Mr. Hammond. And yeah, that should get us about $13,000. So we're going to start getting better. As I say, we've got all this lovely plots which are housing. So Mr. Hammond, oh, well, Zoe's now giving us a 5% discount, so she's got a property there. So they're all owned by different people, it's great. Michael, we're going to do a job for him, so that'll be a nice little discount. That I wouldn't get because it's got that weird field. So a weird field there, which you can't actually get into to harvest properly. It's very strange. So yeah, we've got, that's public stuff, that's stores, and farmers market, stuff like that. This is a very interesting plot because you have, it's a big plot as well compared to some of it. You actually have a shed, well, 2 sheds, lots of trees, and you enter here or enter here. And this I do tend to go for because I'm quite partial to it, if I'm honest. Because it's really, really cheap. It's $47,000. So what we might be doing then is looking at doing jobs for Evelyn. What I can do, I can put my tent from the campground and plonk it on here. And then it's all grass, so it can all be mown up. So that's basically what we're earmarking. Jobs for Sheila and a minimum of $50,000 in the account. That's where we're looking at being before we can finally move out of the campground, move into our own property. Okay, so like I say, next episode we'll be harvesting this big old beast. Look at that. Oh, I do have precision farming, as you've probably worked out. That's nice, man. He's going to get such a nice crop. I'll just move that up so the number is more prominent. $924,000. It's a big plot. It's a big field and it's good quality soil. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. We'll be harvesting that in the next episode, and I hope to see you then. Bye for now.